Hello guys, this is Vysh. So yesterday we started the revision series. April 14th we started, and for the next 54 days, which is left for your exam, 50 episodes will be done in total, where every day 25 MCQs will be done, 1250 MCQs. And yesterday was based on June 2021 current affair. Today will be July 2021 current affair. And all these are part of our test series, paid test series. So if you want the full PDFs and full knowledge, you have to enroll to the respective pack. Now we are doing this pack 13. In this June we did, and now July we will do. So only 25 questions per PDF I am doing. Remaining like the 75, okay, because each PDF has 100 MCQ. So only 25 each I am doing for a sample and for your revision. Remaining you have to buy it and study it yourself. Okay, so the serious aspirants, you can buy the pack 1, which has everything, or if you need subject specific or any subset of each of the pack, you can go through this and buy it. Okay, because I have explained already in yesterday's video, I'm not explaining again. Just pause and see, and email me for 3 free test sample, and WhatsApp me for enrollment, direct enrollment. Okay, this is the WhatsApp number. And put your score. Yesterday also in the live chat some people were mentioning the score, so that is good. They are competitive, and today also try to put the same in the comment section and hit subscribe so that we continue this every day. Without that, free content will not be available. So the question number 1, which of the following are true about UN's World Tourism Organization, or WTO? Okay, don't misunderstand with the other WTO. This is UN's WTO. So it is a United Nations specialized agency to promote responsible, sustainable, and universally accessible tourism. Official languages of UNWTO include Chinese, Arabic, English, Russian, etc. It encourages implementation of Global Code of Ethics for Tourism in a bid to maximize contribution of tourism to socio-economic development. So here if you see 1 3 only, 2 only, 2 3 only, 1 2 3. So in this the keywords, okay, like specialized agency, this is something which you have to know. United Nations have around 15 to 18 specialized agency, okay, like World Bank or IMF. There are some things which are specialized, so you should know whether this WTO, UN's WTO, is a specialized one or not, and the languages and this thing. So some are factual, but factual points are also asked by UPSC these days, so you have to know it. So in the live chat you can tell the answers if you know, and whenever you tell, use this question number. Okay, not this one. This is the question number in that particular PDF. I have picked up the 6th question as the first question for you today. So like 1A or 1B, like that you can put in the live chat for every question. 1A, 2B, 3C. Okay, use this question number. So here answer is 1 2 3. So it is a specialized agency for this thing, tourism promotion, and it is headquartered in Madrid, Spain. Usually headquarters is not asked, but the way UPSC is behaving last few years, they can ask anything. Okay, they are asking International Day of mother language, many things which are very factual, and sports awards, who won the maximum number of awards. These kind of things UPSC never used to ask, but seeing the trend, okay, they can ask anything. So please make a note of all these things. Okay, and whatever these statements are mentioned, everything is correct. Other than these languages, there is also some more languages like French and Spanish and all, which are UNWTO official languages. So like that, UN has some languages, UNWTO has separate languages. You have to know the basic languages also, which are the official languages. Okay, because India is trying to push Hindi also as a United Nations official language. So you should know the languages which are existing now. And the news is that UNCTAD, which is another body, plus this UNWTO, has put out a report on international tourism. And again, all the like COVID related what all effect came in tourism, that is mentioned. So that statistics is not important for prelims. For mains, you can use this. Okay, this report can be used as a reference. Now, second question, Shreya Singhal versus Union of India case seen in news is related to. So sexual harassment at workplace, right to strike in factories, online speech, or this Salekhana practice in Jainism. So if you see, there are Union India cases, and there are committees, there are many things which are related to all these 4 events. But here, Shreya Singhal versus Union of India is related to which one? So properly, if you have been following current affairs, you will be knowing this. So MCQ number 2, you can put your answer. And the correct answer is online speech. So 2018, I think a mains question came on this section 66A of IT Act. This act provision, actually, it provides for punishment of a maximum of 3 years in jail and a fine on sending offensive messages through computer or any other communication device such as mobile phone or tablet. This section was used to punish online communication which is considered offensive and menacing and false to cause any annoyance. Okay, so this was a very harsh kind of thing which was there, and Supreme Court, what they did is they struck down this. Okay, because people were posting something in Facebook against the government or any leader, immediately they were arrested and fined and all. So Supreme Court told to strike it down. Okay, so it is like vague and arbitrary, and it's like a draconian law. So it was unconstitutional, and this was declared as per the court case, which is Shreya Singhal versus Union of India case. So this is related to online speech. Okay. Now again, Supreme Court's notice has gone to center on the Section 66. They have issued notice during the plea of another some PIL which was raised by somebody else. So again, it has come in news, okay, about the zombie provisions and many other things which are there. So as per data, even after Shreya Singhal judgment of March 2015 that struck down Section 66A, around 1,307 cases were registered under it. Meaning even after striking it down, it is still being used by the government at certain occasions. So that is why Supreme Court has sent a notice to the center. So this is again in news, and again it is important. Now question number 3, four cuts doctrine was seen in news in relation to. Okay, so this and all, as I tell, if you read the Hindu regularly, this is a very easy and direct question. Okay, but if you don't do it, you will be like wondering, like it can be maybe Israel, maybe South Sudan, maybe Myanmar, because all these places are having problems, and every time new accords, new agreements, new doctrines are coming out. Okay, so here the answer will be Myanmar. So four cuts doctrine was adopted in 1968 after Myanmar military had a chance to study British strategies during 1948 to 1960 Malayan emergency. Okay, so they learned it from the British strategies. So during that time, colonial power gradually choked off a communist insurgency. The four cuts was a doctrine which were designed to sever the insurgents from their key inputs like funding, food, intelligence, and recruits. So you're cutting off four cuts actually. When you want to defeat someone who is opposite to you, you cut off the funding, cut off the food, cut off the intelligence, cut off the recruits. So this is called four cuts doctrine. So it is a general one, but it is a news related to Myanmar. Okay, so if you see here, Myanmar military, also known as this one, Tat Madhav, have returned to its four-cut strategy in order to stamp out resistance to its rule after it seized power from elected government of Myanmar in the military coup on February 1, 2021. Okay, so it was first developed in the 60s time, but now is also being used. Okay, so remaining detail which I mentioned here, you can read it, but UPSC will purposely ask on this doctrine or which country it's related to and some of the keywords which you see here. Okay, like what is a military called and all those things. Remaining things may be not very important, but you have to read this explanation. This is the question number 3. So now question number 4. Digital Intelligence Unit was in news recently. It is related to what? Banking and default, international relation, Indian Armed Forces, telecom services. So Digital Intelligence Unit, with this name you can maybe relate it to any of these. So which one is it and what was the reason it was in news? So again, if you know it, tell it in the chat session, else I'll tell you the answer now. So it is telecom services. This DIU, Digital Intelligence Unit, is a nodal agency set up by the Indian government for investigating fraudulent activities involving telecom services. It will coordinate with various financial institutions and telecom services for this purpose. In addition, Telecom Analytics for Fraud Management and Consumer Protection, this TAFCOP system, will also be put in place for receiving complaints regarding unsolicited commercial communications. Okay, so now this Department of Telecom has proposed to fine them to 10,000 rupee for fraud messages. Okay, because there are other unwanted calls and messages and all coming. So this kind of fraud messages, 10,000 rupee fine will be charged. Okay, so this detailing like how much money, how much is put and all is not important. But this Digital Intelligence Unit is what will send system generated message to suspected numbers to verify it. Okay, so this system is under Department of Telecommunication. So this is related to telecom. Okay, so DOT is a Department of Ministry of Communication of Executive branch of Government of India. It is responsible for granting license for various telecom services such as Unified Access Service Internet and VSAT service. It is responsible for frequency management. All these, okay, radio communication or spectrum or all these things are related to Department of Telecommunication. This is an extra fact we are putting here. Okay, and this is based on a news item which came here. Question number 5. Double, Makhmali, Mystery and Italy are 4 varieties of which product recently exported commercially from Kashmir to Dubai for the first time? Okay, so this time I told you a lot of exports have happened for the first time. Okay, some fruit or some plant or some rice or some anything from the northeast or maybe from the Kashmir region or maybe from particular state which has never happened before has happened because of the export promotion schemes which this government is doing. Okay, because we have to reduce our trade deficit, we have to compete with China, we have to compete with other countries. So we are exporting many things for the first time and which is a good thing. So here these 4 are varieties of which particular product from Kashmir? Blankets, cherries, shawls or apples. If you know, all these 4 are there in Kashmir and all these 4 have their own GI tags and promotion and export and all. But here this 4 is related to actually cherries. Okay, so first time commercially mystery variety of cherries from Kashmir exported to Dubai. So this again the detail, like it contains vitamins, minerals, and it produces, Jammu and Kashmir produce 95% of India's total variety of cherries. So this kind of certain facts which is important for you, I have mentioned here. Just pause it and read. Okay, those who have my PDF, just go it and revise today itself. Other than the questions which we discuss here, all the questions you have to discuss, have to go through. And here again, some of the other temperate fruits which are found there in Kashmir, that's also mentioned. Okay, because that also in the coming days will be exported. Okay, pears or plums, apricot, apples, all these will be exported because we have big opportunities to make money in that area. Okay, now question number 6. The new Ministry of Corporation was carved out from the Ministry of Corporate Affairs. Department of Public Enterprises comes under the Ministry of Finance. So this department and these things are very, very important. You have to know like what comes under what. Okay, like Ministry of Finance, under it has 5 to 6 departments. Then there is the Statistics Ministry, which has again 2 3 departments. So you should know exactly what comes under what. Okay, like whether anything comes under Ministry of Home Affairs, anything comes under Ministry of External Affairs, what all comes directly under the Prime Minister. There are certain things, okay, certain departments in this country which you should clearly know. And this will come only through practice. When you read the newspaper every day or do the test series every day, you will get to know all these things. So here the answer, if you see, it is 2 only, because the news item itself is that only. The Department of Public Enterprises was recently moved to the Ministry of Finance. Okay, Ministry of Finance already have 5 departments. On top of that, this also is added. And this one, if you see, Ministry of Corporation was part of the Agriculture Ministry. Okay, earlier we had a Department of Agriculture, Corporation and Family Welfare. Now that corporation part is made a standalone ministry. Okay, so Ministry of Corporation is a carve out a portion of Ministry of Agriculture and not Ministry of Corporate Affairs. So answer is 2 only. Okay, so here the history of the Department of Public Enterprise I have mentioned. In 1965 it was something called Bureau of this thing. Then after that 1985 it was made part of Ministry of Industry. Then later it came under the Ministry of Heavy Industry and Public Enterprise. And now in 2021 it is shifted to Ministry of Finance. Okay, so that is the news item also here. Okay, so here the other 5 departments, if you see: Economic Affairs, Expenditure, Revenue, Investment and Public Asset Management, and Financial Services. Okay, so each has a definite purpose. Okay, you should know which one creates the budget, which one deals with the GST and taxation, which one is dealing with the these things. Okay, when we sell out like LIC or Air India, if we sell out some share of it, who takes care of that? So everything is designed for a definite purpose. It's not simply that we have different departments. Okay, so try to know that, and also tell in comment section if you know the different purposes. For Vysh students, I'll give you a revision chart telling the explanation of these departments. Okay, now question number 7. Ramgarh Vishdhari Tiger Reserve is to be the 4th tiger reserve in which state? Uttar Pradesh, Rajasthan, Karnataka, Odisha. So this again, the tiger reserves, the national parks, the wildlife sanctuary, or the Ramsar site, all these things, every year at least 1 or 2 questions will come. So we will have a separate environment session also for this in the 10th day or the 20th day of this series. But now you should know this is a current affair. Okay, same like this in Assam also, I think the 7th national park has been declared this year. Same like that, you should know this is a part of Rajasthan. Okay, Rajasthan's 4th tiger reserve. So what are the previous 3? That also you should know, like Ranthambore is there, Mukundra is there. So what is the 3? That also you should know. Some detailing we have given here. And a tiger corridor is being planned. Okay, by connecting this Ranthambore and this Mukundra, everything together, a tiger corridor is being planned. So because there are more number, tiger population is increasing and we have to preserve it properly, so we need more area. So this is to balance the overall population distribution. Okay, so this is being formed, and this is a June 2021 current affair. So this central government also has given the nod. And here's little geographical things I'm mentioning, like what are the hills nearby, what are the rivers nearby. Okay, see, junction of Aravalli and Vindhya Hills, because UPSC used to ask, like they'll give description of this and tell identify the reserve. So if they give you Aravalli, Vindhya Hill and all these things, you should know it is Ranthambore. Okay, and here the forest is there. Here what is the trees available there? The tree is also called the flame of forest. So minimum things which is needed I have mentioned. Don't read the full Wikipedia, it will not be helpful. Okay, Mukundra also, it was in 2013 and it is between this 2 parallel mountains, Mukundra and Gagrola, and it's about 80 kilometer length. Okay, so basic information is mentioned here. Try to find out the other tiger reserve also which is there in Rajasthan, and also all the tiger reserves in India. Have a look at the map. Now maximum residue limit, MRL, was seen in news related to India and which country? Meaning it's a general thing only, but India and which country has been in news? Okay, because of this: European Union, South Africa, World Bank, Russia. So this here answer will be European Union. So this one, if you see, a maximum residue limit is the highest level of pesticide residue that is legally tolerated in or on food or feed when pesticides are applied correctly in accordance with the good agriculture practice. Okay, So it is part of the Codex Alimentarius published by FAO. So this also UPSC once asked. Codex Alimentarius is the code which we follow, okay, for all this food and agriculture related thing, and it is joined by WHO and recognized by WTO also, meaning how much pesticides you should put, what pesticides you should put, what should be banned. All these things are checked, and there is a limit, a maximum residue limit is there. So every country will tell like, okay, we permit only this much pesticides on this particular mango or this particular rice. Okay, so here India EU cooperation in agriculture sector is in news, and they have discussed all these agriculture practices in detail, and that is why this is being asked. Okay, they have set some targets, and these meetings keeps happening every year. So India side also raised the issue of fixing the MRL of this tricyclose used in the rice crop. Okay, so UPSC can ask like, this was in news, what is it? Okay, so this is a kind of pesticide or whatever is used in the rice crop, and there is a concern for India regarding this when it exports the basmati rice. So that problems were raised and that discussion is there. So the decisions will be made by the second quarter of 2022. Okay, like how much should be the MRL. So that is why it is in news and you should know. Next question number 9. Geographical indications, GI certified. This XXS is what you have to identify. Okay, so there is a place, whether it can be Amravati, Guntur, Palakkad or Madurai, that jasmine and other traditional flowers like lily, button rose, this chemanti and marigold were exported to United States and UAE. So that place is a major market for jasmine, and it is evolved into a jasmine capital of India now. So what is this place? Is it Amaravati, Guntur or Palakkad or Madurai, which is the jasmine capital of India, from where these things are being exported to US and UAE? So UPSC used to ask this description based question in the 90s. So now we are also trying to give some samples because they are asking old type of questions. So here the answer is Madurai. So jasmine, what is the scientific name? And it is like there in this Madurai Meenakshi temple, major market, what's the local name? All these things are mentioned here. Okay, so what is GI tag and different GI products of different states? There's a big list actually. You cannot by heart everything, but at least things which comes in the news. Okay, that you have to know because they'll put a match the following. So this is from Madurai means this is matched with Tamil Nadu. Okay, so remaining are just the current affair items. You can pause and read. Now next question is question number 10. Nation state law seen in news related to China, Taiwan, Sudan, South Sudan, Israel, Palestine, China, Tibet. So nation state law. Last year also UPSC asked a question like what is nation, what is state, what is population, like that. They wanted the specific definition. It was a difficult question last year and a controversial question also because every coaching institute is telling different answer for that. We have to wait for the answer key to know the correct meaning of nation and state. So here it was in news. A law called nation state law was approved in which place? It is actually in Israel. 2018 there was a law, and now it is being approved by the Israeli parliament, which is called this Knesset or Knesset, whatever you pronounce. This thing is mentioned. So this law defines Israel as a nation state of Jewish people. Okay, so as per the law, fulfilling the right to national self-determination in Israel is unique to Jewish people. The law descended Arabic from the official state language to one with special status, meaning earlier Arabic was an official state language. Now it is like demoted and put down as just a language with some special status. So obviously you will have opposition from the Arab minority people there in Israel, and so that is why this was there. And even Supreme Court of Israel has upheld this law. Okay, so this law, which is defining nation state of Jewish law, that is become controversial, and so everybody are discussing about that, and again maybe voting and things will happen, but this is what has happened and it is mentioned in the Hindu newspaper of June 2021. Okay, so this can be a very high potential question, and in your mains also you can use it. Question number 11. Which of the following are true? India has the highest yak population in the world. Number of yaks in India has increased by 25% in the last decade due to consistent protection measures. High altitude yaks are feeling the climate change heat in the Himalayan belt. Okay, so here if you see this third one looks a very general statement, it should be true, but here problem is everywhere 3 is there, so you have to know 1 or 2. Okay, so India has the highest yak population is an extreme statement. India are not having that one, so 1 you can eliminate, then again you are stuck with 2, 3 only and 3 only. So if you see here, number of yaks in India has increased by 25% in protection. This is not there because there is no such thing. Okay, so that is just a made up statement. So here if you see the total population of yak is just 58,000 only. Okay, where in Kashmir we have, and in Arunachal Pradesh, Sikkim, these are the places which we have. In the Himalayan belt, we have all the yaks. Okay, some are there in West Bengal and Uttarakhand also. And they are like always there in climatic, like cold climate areas. In China, we have mostly the ones in Central Asia. Most of them are in China, Mongolia and Nepal. And here if you see high altitude Himalayan yaks to be insured for the first time. Okay, so that is the news in Arunachal Pradesh, and insurance companies doing this. And that is the reason it is being asked. Okay. So again, in 2019, a lot of yaks have died in a single spell of heavy rainfall in northern Sikkim, and the population is actually reducing. It is declined by 24.7% and not increased. Okay, so this is the current affair you should have known. Then if you knew that, then this was a very easy question. Okay, so try to learn the basic things which is given. Don't read anything more than what is given here. That's why I'm telling those who did not enroll, please enroll and learn the right material, because most of the magazines which you see, they either miss certain current affairs or they don't give the correct points. Here we given proper bulleted points, so you can read only that and be satisfied that nothing more than this will be asked. Now, if you're new to this channel, or you are like failing in prelims again and again, or you don't know how to prepare for UPSC, we are giving you free foundational videos of 20-25 videos, which will be alone sufficient to make you realize that you can study everything from home itself. You don't need any coaching class, you don't need any specific course to be done, nothing is needed. You can do everything for free at home. For that, watch our foundational videos. Without that, don't watch even our NCERT video. This I have told multiple times. Don't watch NCERT, don't read Lakshmikant, don't buy any books, don't do anything without watching the foundational video. And to get that video links, please WhatsApp me. Just WhatsApp and tell I am a beginner, I want to prepare, I need foundational video. Just tell that, I'll give you. Okay, and you can start that and only then proceed. Okay, so next question, question number 12. This LIBOR, LIBOR, is an interest rate average which is calculated on the basis of estimates submitted by leading banks in London. RBI has been encouraging banks to use the LIBOR. Okay, so here which of the following are true? So this, if you have heard, it is good, easy for you. Else these kind of questions you have to skip in the exam hall, because one thing is it is a 1-2 statement type thing. It's not 1-2-3 type. When it's 1-2-3 or 1-2-3-4, it will be easier. But if it's 1-2 only and this one, it's very, very difficult. You have to know both the statements properly, else you cannot solve it, and it is wise to skip it. So here LIBOR, it was there in news multiple times from 2015-16 onwards itself. So this first statement is actually true. It's an average which is calculated on the basis of estimates submitted by leading banks in London. You know, in India also we have this repo rate, bank rate. There are different rate. So if you have a bank rate, suppose 6% or 7%, then remaining all the other things, like if there's a scooter loan or a housing loan, everything will be calculated with the bank rate as a reference, meaning bank rate plus 3% or bank rate minus 2%. They don't specifically mention, okay, scooter loan, that loan, this loan as a number like 8, 10, 15, 20. Instead, they will tell bank rate plus 3 or bank rate plus 7. Like that they will mention. So that will be a standard rate, okay, which is used as a reference. So LIBOR is such an international rate which is used by reference by most of the people. Okay. So it was earlier called this BBA, LIBOR and all, and it's used for intercontinental exchange, primarily benchmark for short-term interest rates across the world. And now the news is that it is being phased out, okay, by the end of 2021. So obviously RBI will not encourage to use it, okay, because RBI is asking banks to stop it now because that is getting phased out. So this is the thing. Current affair, if you knew, you could solve it even though it was a static thing being asked. Okay, so please read newspaper properly or read from a proper current affair magazine like Vysh. Now, which of the following are true about Gangetic dolphin? It is India's national aquatic animal. It has been declared endangered by IUCN. It is the only freshwater dolphin in the world. Bihar is home to half of Gangetic dolphins in India. Okay, so when these kind of things comes, everything will look true. That time, this only statement is where you have to focus. Okay, Gangetic dolphin is the only freshwater can be an extreme statement. So if you eliminate 3, these 2 will go away, and you will be stuck with 1-4 only and 1-2-4. Now the second statement you have to see, and that is a static thing which you have to know. Okay, so Gangetic dolphin is endangered, or the tiger is endangered, or like Indian bustard is critically endangered. Some animals which are always in the news, you have to know. Okay, like olive ridley turtle will be vulnerable. Like that basic 10-15 animals are there which is always in the news almost every day. You have to know the IUCN status. There is no other option for it. Okay, you have to by heart it. And that also in Vysh's revision chart, you will get it. I think today most of the students would have got the geography and environment charts. In that I have mentioned it. Okay. Many of the animals I have put them as the following like a table. So here if you see, it is one among 4 freshwater dolphin species across the world. Other 3 are there in the like Yangtze river in China, and if you see Indus river in Pakistan, Amazon river in South America. So these places, China, Pakistan, South America, these are places also 3 freshwater dolphins are there, and remaining basic things are there, and more we will learn in the environment PDF. Okay, so this dolphin is not only like found in India, it is found in India, Nepal and Bangladesh, the Gangetic one, and Bihar is home to half of the estimated thing. So now why is it in news? Because in Patna, Bihar, National Dolphin Research Center is coming. Okay, so this aquatic thing also, this is already asked by UPSC. Okay, like whether it is an aquatic or not, UPSC already asked a statement. So next it can ask about the place where it is found and whether it is across the world spread, and all such things can come. So remaining current affair, just pause and see. Question number 14. One country, 2 systems principle seen in news is closely related to. So this kind of same kind of thing was asked recently by UPSC. Okay, where China and Taiwan was the answer. So here, one country, two system, the answer is China and Hong Kong. Okay, for that you should know like what is Hong Kong, what is Macau, and how is it related to China. All these things you should know. If you know in the Asian side, the Western side, Hong Kong and Macau are one of the most developed and prosperous kind of places. Okay, it will look like America if you go there. Okay, because America, British and all, because those people had ruled here not till 1947 or 1948 like all the other countries. They were there here till 97 and 99. Okay, because of certain agreement for 80 years or 99 years, there was an agreement that Britishers have to leave these places only by that time. So they developed these places very nicely. That now when China took it back in 97, 99 after the agreement was over, they are having their own system, their own administrative process. They have all these things, but it is under China. So it is like one country, two systems, they call it. Okay, it is under China only because China will not leave any place to go independent. It is one country, but two different systems. And this, some detailing is given like how it started, how the all these things are there, like in 80s, 90s, what happened, history, that you pause and see. But the news item now is China has brought a cyber security plan, okay, where like all the data, everything of every company, everything has to be stored within China. Okay, like India is also going to do something like that. So this thing is there, cyber security. So they're telling that this will affect whole China except its special administrative regions like Hong Kong and Macau, because these regions have a high degree of autonomy. It is specified in local laws as one country, two system. So in the current affair, it was there. That is why it is asked. Okay, it's not like randomly pick up something and ask you in July current affair. It is asked because in the Hindu newspaper, this thing was mentioned. Okay, so understand what you have to pick up from newspapers and study only that, and that alone is what you will get it from our PDFs. Now, question number 15. Hardware wallet seen in news recently related to what? So spyware, e-rupee, cryptocurrency, supercomputer, all these things are in news for various reasons this year. So hardware wallet. Okay, so if you know it, you can do it, else you can skip these kind of questions. So here if you see, it is cryptocurrency. So for normal money and bank and all, you have your ATM card, you have your debit card, credit card and all, and you can go and swipe it anywhere and you can use it. Okay, but cryptocurrency, you know, it is like a different system, like blockchain technology is used and it is stored somewhere. So what if you have a hardware device, okay, something to store these things. Okay, so it's a special type of cryptocurrency storage which maintains and secures private crypto keys of users in a hardware device. This wallet is known for providing security and utility when users interact with blockchains. It allows users to work on multiple blockchains simultaneously. This is translated as utility factor because users can manage Bitcoin, Ethereum and altcoins, Lumens, etc. on single device. On the hardware wallet, everything is backed up and accessible with a recovery phrase or with a password or key. Okay, so it's a plug and play kind of device, and it is cryptocurrency itself is not stored in the hardware of a wallet itself, but it is stored in blockchains. Okay, wallet allows users to access in a portable fashion. Okay, it is more like a credit card which can access account from any ATM or swiping platform. So you have a hardware kind of concept also brought into cryptocurrency, that is called hardware wallet. Only that much is enough for you. Remaining this much scientific things and all, you don't have to study and work because you are applying for prelims now. Okay, in mains, if that all they ask, they will not ask a specific question about hardware wallet. They'll ask generally the advancements in cryptocurrency or something. That time you can use this content. Okay, now just know like there is a storage device for cryptocurrency and that is called hardware wallet. Okay. Question number 16. Which of the following are matched correctly? So these are festivals, Ashadi Bij and Ashadi Ekadashi festival. So Gujarat and Kerala are marked against it. So if you are from that state, maybe it's a very easy question for you. But that advantage happens every year. Okay, always there is a state-wise match the following in every year's prelims. So when you are from that state, for you that question is easy. But for others, it will be difficult. Okay, so that is based on your luck, that extra 2 marks you get. But you have to prepare for whatever is in news. Okay. So here if you see this first one, Ashadi Bij is a correct one, but the second one is not Kerala. Second one is actually in Maharashtra. Okay, so because the names were similar, we have put this question. Okay, and the festival was happening also in June 12th. It was happening. That is why this is being given with the basic information about that festival. I have put it here. Okay, so you can pause and read this. It's like a Hindu New Year of Gujarat. This Ashadi Bij, and this one is the other thing. Okay, Ashadi Ekadashi festival in Maharashtra. Question number 17. National Asset Reconstruction Company or Bad Bank is finally established in India. Which of the following are true? Okay, this Bad Bank has been being told since many years in the budget, but now finally it is established. So which of the following are true? It has an authorized capital of rupees 1000 crore. SBI is going to be the largest shareholder. So whenever this number comes, I have told it will be 99% wrong. Okay, so here also it is wrong. And here both are wrong actually, because the authorized capital is 100 crore and SBI is not the largest shareholder. Instead, it will be Canara Bank who will be having 12% stake, and SBI has only 9.9% stake, who is the second largest shareholder. Okay, these kind of basic things I'm asking because bad bank was in news multiple times. UPSC have already asked a question on this in 2018, I think, and now again finally when it's implemented, there is a high chance that question can come. So the basic details are mentioned here, like how it is incorporated and it's a one-stop solution for banking stressed assets, and the date and basic factors. Okay, only this much is required. Whatever is mentioned here, only that much you need to know. Okay, total stress in the banking system is more than 15 lakh crore, and we have been dealing with different methods, okay, to solve this issue, because many people are taking loan and running out of the country. So this all are getting solved after the IBBI, the Insolvency Banking Board of India and all came, and now this bad bank also will add to it, and so it will help relieve the stress from the banking system. Question number 18. This Kongu Nadu has been in news related to what or which place? Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Telangana, Karnataka. Okay, so here this Nadu, when you see it, you can relate it to South India, but I have given options all as South India, so it becomes difficult for you. So if you have not heard, you cannot solve it. Answer is Tamil Nadu. So it's a western area, western Tamil Nadu region. So here it is derived from this Kongu Vellala Gounder, that is an OBC community living across these districts. It is neither a place with a pin code nor a name given formally. So it's an area, it's a region which they have themselves formed. The place is referred in Tamil literature to as one among 5 regions of ancient Tamil Nadu. Sangam literature also mentions of this Kongu Nadu. In present-day Tamil Nadu, the term is informally used to refer a region comprising of this Nilgiris, Tirupur, Coimbatore, Karur, Erode, Namakkal. So these are the Tamil Nadu places which together forms the western side or the Kongu Nadu. Okay, so debate on bifurcation of Tamil Nadu to carve out this region has emerged because of clash of terminologies after DMK government addressed center as union government in the spirit of constructive collaboration and state autonomy. So they, again, this kind of things, you know, in Sikkim and all, or in Northeast and all, we have this Bodo land and all these land being telling like we need autonomy, we need a separate state. So this kind of things happen. So in South India also, now this Kongu Nadu in Tamil Nadu western area, this debate has come. Okay, so what are the political things you don't have to know, but the region and the places you have to know. Okay, question number 19. State of Food Security and Nutrition in the World 2021 report was released by. So if you see food security, nutrition, it can relate to any of these. Okay, it can be this IFPRI, or it can be Food and Agriculture Organization, WWF, UNEP. So that if you have not studied, again, it becomes difficult for you. So here, answer is FAO. So they are studying in 63 low and middle income countries, and they have found out that there is a significant decrease in affordability of health food because of loss in income. And the COVID-19 situation, again, affording healthy food and all is become difficult. So that all details have been published in this particular report. Okay, so this report, don't confuse with another report, Global Food Policy Report 2021. This food policy report is by the this option A. Okay, this IFPRI Institute, and there also they are telling rising poverty and livelihood and all these people, this malnutrition, all these things are problem in low and middle income countries. So study 2 reports. One is this food security and nutrition in the world report by FAO, and food policy report by International Food Policy Research Institute. Okay, now question number 20. Initial 5 members of SCO, okay, that is the Shanghai Cooperation Organization, were called as Shanghai 5 Group. Okay, meaning now this SCO, you know, I think 8 or 9 members are there, but initially it was formed by 5 members. Okay, so which among the following was not a part of Shanghai 5 Group, meaning the first 5 countries was there, right? From that, you have to tell which was not there. China, Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan, Kyrgyzstan. In this, 3 of them were part of Shanghai 5 Group initially, but one of them is not, which is that country which is not part of Shanghai 5. Okay, that later goes and becomes a member of SCO, but initially it was not a part. So Uzbekistan. Okay, so initially you have to know original 5 members of SCO was China, Russia, Kazakhstan, Tajikistan, and Kyrgyzstan. So if you see China, Russia, by heart it like that, and then 3 the Central Asian country, Kazakhstan, Tajikistan, Kyrgyzstan, meaning Uzbekistan is not there, Turkmenistan is not there. Okay, but these are the Shanghai 5 countries. It was formed in 1996. Then later it was like created as SCO, and Shanghai is the headquarters obviously, and then Uzbekistan also joins as the 6th member. Okay, this is 5 countries. Uzbekistan joins as the 6th country, and it is part of SCO. It was not part of Shanghai 5. Then later again their charter signs, and then, you know, India and Pakistan will join in 2017. Okay, so that is the 7th member and 8th member. Okay, this, if you see newest members, this is no longer valid now, because now in 2021 again Iran has joined. Okay, but this time when I was making the July current affair, this was the newest member. Okay, in September 2021 or October 2021 only, Iran also joined. So total there are 9 countries now in SCO. Okay, these 5, then 6th one Uzbekistan, 7th and 8th India and Pakistan, and 9th one Iran. Okay, hope it's clear. So that order, if you study, it's easy for you to know the story also. So this is the reason it is in news. There is a meet which happened, the SEO meet in Tajikistan's capital, Dushanbe. So this also can be a must following. And they have discussed about this terror, stop terror financing, digital facilitation, all the usual things which they discuss in summits. Okay. So understand that Iran is also there as part of SEO now. Now, which are the following are true about coking coal? Demand for this is highly coupled to demand for steel. Coking coal, just like thermal coal, produces coke when heated. This coal has high content of ash, moisture, sulfur, and phosphorus. So here 1, 2, 3, 1 only, 1, 3 only, 2 only. So if you know a single fact that this coal has high content, this is wrong. Only low content is there. So 3 can be eliminated. You will be stuck with 1 only or 2 only, meaning one of that you have to choose. And the first statement is a very generic statement. Demand for coking coal is highly coupled to demand for steel. Okay, so you know because it is used in its production, it has to be true. So answer will be 1 only. Okay, so like that, use common sense with the one single fact which you know. Okay, so coking coal, also known as metallurgical coal, is a grade of coal which can be used to produce good quality coke. Coke is an essential fuel and reactant in the process of blast furnace for primary steel making. So first one should be true. Demand for coking coal is highly coupled to demand for steel. And these are again some details. So if you see, this coal has low content of ash, moisture, sulfur, and phosphorus. So this is the reason third statement is wrong. And if you see, coking coal is same as thermal coal is wrong. It is different from thermal coal because thermal coal does not produce coke when heated. Okay, that is why you need the coking coal, which we import in large quantities. So MOU with Russia on coking coal. Coking coal is used for steel making. MOU will benefit the steel sector. It will reduce the cost of steel. An institutional mechanism for cooperation coking coal sector will be provided. So we are tying up with Russia to get more and more coking coal. That is the reason it is being asked. Question number 22. Fit for 55 legislation, social climate fund, carbon border adjustment mechanism are in news related to World Bank, India, UNICEF, European Union. So this kind of thing also every year it comes, and most 99% of the time answer will be European Union. Here also it is that. Okay, because they are the ones who come up with big names all the time. Okay, everyone will be doing all these kind of things, but very like stylish kind of protocol name or mechanism name, accord name, agreement name, all the things 90% of the time it will be European Union. And that I don't know why UPSC repeatedly keeps asking also. Every year there will be a question where answer is European Union. Okay, you can go and check the last 10 years question paper, always it will be there. So here if you see, Fit for 55 legislation was released by EU with the aim of freeing the continent from fossil fuels and take better care of environment. EU also proposing for creation of social climate fund worth several billion euros. Okay, so this will again be used for the hardest hit and support income and investment to tackle energy poverty. So all these are energy related thing. Okay, Fit for 55 legislation, social climate fund, and European Union releases tough climate change plans now to meet its pledge of cutting emissions of gases causing global warming by 55%. That is their goal. So EU Fit for legislation includes a controversial plan to tax the foreign companies for pollution. And here if you see again, lot of taxation kind of thing. Okay, lot of drastic reforms they are going to do, which again many countries will start protesting or they will not like it. Okay, because they are going to tax most of the foreign companies. And they also provide for a carbon border adjustment mechanism. This plan imposes duties on foreign companies that in turn will increase price of certain goods like steel, aluminum, concrete, and fertilizer. So these are the basic things. The numbers are all not very important because it is EU specific, but they are going to tax a lot of foreign firms, and all these mechanisms which you see are related to European Union. Question number 23. Which are the following are true about monk fruit? Okay, so yesterday we discussed about dragon fruit. Today it is monk fruit because it is in news. It is the most bitter or sour fruit in the world. It is a perennial crop. Monk fruit took its name from Buddhist monks who used it first. Okay, who first used it. So you have never heard, skip these questions. Okay, don't go for it because you have never heard. But if you have heard, and one statement if you know that it is one of the most sweetest fruit, not the bitter or sour fruit, you can eliminate statement 1 and directly you will get the answer as 2, 3 only. Okay, whenever UPSC tells something extreme, when something is the most or something is the largest, longest or heaviest, then always that will be wrong. Okay, that is what happens usually. So that trick you have to apply here. and you will get the answer as 2 3 only. Okay, it is a perennial crop, it has a span of 4-5 years of life, this much temperature it has to be maintained, and it is named after the Buddhist monks who first used it. Okay, so India's first monk fruit cultivation begins in Kulu, Himachal Pradesh, and that is why this question has been framed. Okay, so details of like which institute does it and how it is being grown and what are the things that is mentioned here, which again UPSC may not ask. Okay, UPSC will be more asking about this area, the static part. Question number 24. Which of the following are true about APEC? Okay, which UPSC have asked already. Asia Pacific Economic Cooperation. India is not its member, even though it was founded in India in the 1980s. India did not agree to certain APEC principles and decided not to request for its membership. India has invited to be an observer for the first time in 2020. So from this you will understand that India is not a member of it. Okay, but India is not a member, but is the statement true or not, that you have to know. All the statements are false because it is not founded in India. Okay, India is not a member, that is true, but it is founded in India, that is wrong, because it was founded in Australia in 1989. Okay, and the members of APEC is mentioned here. The Asia Pacific countries will be mentioned here. You can just have a look, but not very important because India is not part of it. But still try to have some trick to by heart it, or just remember that okay, Asia Pacific, most of the countries are there. Okay, so which of the following are not there, that if you by heart, then it will be easy. Okay, like India is not there, Pakistan is not there, like that. Try to find out which are not there, then remaining everything will be there. Okay, even China is there, Russia is there, Indonesia, Malaysia is there, New Zealand, Australia should be there, so everything will be there. Okay, now India had requested for membership in APEC, so this second statement is wrong, that we never decided to request membership and all. We have requested the membership, okay, and received some support from some countries, but not everyone. Now in 2011 itself, India was called as an observer. Okay, so it's not like in 2020 first time it was called. So overall, all three statements are wrong. So now a special meet of APEC has happened, chaired by New Zealand. That is why it was in news. Question number 25, last question for today. Which of the following are true about monkeypox? So it was restricted. It is restricted to Asia, Africa, and South America only. It was first identified in Karnataka, India. So a static part also, a current affair part also, you have to know to solve this. Actually, in USA, a case has come. That is why this first statement is wrong, because in North America, USA also it is there. Okay, so first statement will be wrong, and first identified in Karnataka, that is also wrong. Okay, because it was first identified somewhere else. Okay, in if you see here, Denmark, and you should not confuse it with another disease which is called Casanur forest disease, which is also related to the tick bonds and ticks and all, which grows on these monkeys and all. Sometimes it spreads and it causes this disease. In dead monkeys it will be there. So that was in Karnataka. Okay, but this monkeypox is a totally different disease, so don't confuse that. That is why we put this statement on purpose. Okay, so neither one or two, both are wrong. Okay, so now if you see your score, if it has improved from yesterday, or it is same, or it is lower, you don't have to worry. Okay, you just have to have the confidence that you are very seriously attempting it, at least, because most of the people won't even watch the video till the end. Okay, now also by now I know most of the people who started would not have finished it. So you have to be proud about yourself that you are preparing it, you are giving your everything every day. This 30-40 minutes you are giving, so that alone will be sufficient for you to clear this exam one day. Okay, maybe if this year if you could not clear, next year you will definitely clear, but keep studying every day. Okay, and again, this whichever you feel, okay, if this current affair, if you feel is very interesting for you, you are learning a lot of things, you will need to learn the remaining 75 questions also. I am showing you only 25 out of the 100 questions from the July PDF. Remaining, if you need, you have to buy this pack and you have to study. Okay, and I guarantee you this next year also you can use, because every year 2 to 3 years of current affair you have to study. So you are not going to lose anything by getting these things. Okay, these are high quality materials, original materials which we are creating. So please see to it that you buy them. Okay, so economics if you are weak, by that. Polity if you are weak, by that. Or maps and environment, because from this a lot of questions are going to come directly. It is coming every year. Okay, from spectrum every time question comes, from maps question comes, from polity and economy question comes. Every time question comes from our test and this thing, not like direct verbatim. Okay, it will be the direct statement I am telling. Whatever we taught you, that exact statement will be there in the exam hall. Okay, question format may differ, but the knowledge which you learn through our test will help you in the exam. So please see to that you are a serious aspirant and get the thing which you need. Okay, and please subscribe so that tomorrow also I can come with the next episode of this. Thank you and have a nice day.